My name is Carla Hunt. I live in New York City at this moment, as you can see behind me, the buildings from our city. I am a travel writer. I write about arts and crafts and some archaeology, but mostly I write about travel, and as you can probably guess, one of my very favorite places in the world is Turkey. It's where I'm happy and I like to be. Luckily, I've written a number of stories about Turkey, and I think the most important thing about travel writing is to tell people about a strange place, and Turkey is still strange to most Americans, about how they should do it, where they should go, how they should balance their time. And I think that Turkey became extremely popular, and it is a popular place. I don't know, and I really say this honestly, I don't know anybody of my friends, people I've interviewed in airports, who haven't enjoyed the Turkish experience in one way or another. And I think many people were introduced back when they were all taking cruises around the Aegean. And very soon, the Aegean and the Greek cruise lines learned that if you're going to do a cruise in the Aegean, you have to go to Kuşadası. And then they became longer cruises, and they took them to Istanbul for 2 days. And that way, people were there too short a time on cruises, and they really developed a market that wanted to go and see more. And everyone has got to start in Istanbul. And I think that many Americans move too fast. Those who stay at least 3 nights, 4 nights, very few stay a week. But if they can put in 4 nights in Istanbul, and then, depending on their interests, Americans never have much vacation. They're always rushing back to work, it seems. But they either then go south along the coast to Izmir, certainly down to Ephesus, over to Aspendus nowadays, and to see the Greco-Roman part, or they go over to Cappadocia, which is, as you know, is another fairy tale place that nobody can believe. Nobody else has caught Cappadocia. Very few people go down unless they're taking and chartering small boats, and there are lots of Gulet charters people. It's a good market from here. It could be better, but it's a good market. They go down to Antalya and they do it from there, or they do it from Marmaris. And that is something that, again, that one should not do for 2 or 3 days. Do the whole thing. Do it for a week, get off. Walk up to the Lyceum tombs along the way, go into the marketplaces, and you're anchored right there. You can have your souks right at the market, your markets, your bazaars, your restaurants. The Turkish coast is beautiful. I've been over to the eastern part of Turkey, over to Trabzon, and you've seen pictures. In fact, I had a book here. In fact, this is one of the heads of many that are scattered around the top of Mount Nemrut over in the eastern part of the country. And it is just fantastic out there. It's a whole nother scene. It's a whole nother look of people. You get the farming, and Turkey's a real breadbasket, and could be a fantastic. Once Turkey comes into the common market, people are going to eat better, because you have marvelous orchards, you have marvelous farms, and they are all out, mostly, at least the farmlands that I enjoy, are on the far side of Anatolia. And the Black Sea coast I don't know well, but along the way you're going to see wonderful mosques, you're going to see wonderful remnants of Byzantium. Most of the Greco-Roman stuff is on the coast. If you don't speak the language and you're wandering around, the small roadside markets in the countryside, the far corners of the main bazaar in Istanbul, everyone knows about the Spice Bazaar, and it is fabulous. It is no different than in pictures. It's even better. But there you can watch. You step back. You don't have to buy. Turkey makes wonderful rugs. Read all kinds of books about how to buy them, and you'll never learn until you get there. But there are ceramics, and there is absolutely fabulous jewelry. When I knew you were coming, I put this necklace on, which I bought in Trabzon, and it's kind of old, and it's got these fish hanging off it, and fish are good luck or fertility. I'm just going to say that they're good luck. I think that's all I need nowadays. There are always all kinds of people stopping and ask you, where are you from? And I always tell them New York, and it makes them smile. I feel very sorry for anyone out there who hasn't been to Turkey once. I think it would be really nice if you could go back. And the third time, you'll probably have the best time ever. The place is big and rich, and it's politically, actually, extremely important right now, and we should get to know our far neighbors.